Okay.
Hooray.
Yay. Okay. So, Reggie, anything you want to say in context of what you just
Not
saw?
really.
No. Okay. Well, it's more of this fun. I mean, we moved past the fact that we can talk about Halo. So
Yeah, we're talking about Ratchet and Clank now.
yeah, Ratchet and Clank. That's where it's at.
Yeah, I tried making a few Halo jokes in the last one that you were doing, but you guys couldn't hear me.
Oh, that's when you need like.
I did make at least. I did make a couple at least.
Yes,
One at the
you
very
did.
beginning,
And
and
when I tried chiming in, you guys just kept on going like nothing happened. I'm like, okay, I guess my joke just falls flat.
No, stop it,
And then
Brian.
you guys were like, Reggie has been really quiet tonight. I'm like, wait, can these bitches not fucking hear me?
Wait, so Reggie, you're okay with us ignoring you? That doesn't sound like the Reggie.
Like no, because like I was talking that whole time. I was just like, okay.
So this is your
Like
first.
when you're like when you guys were, yeah, this is my phone right now. Yeah, I'm using earbuds
Honestly,
because
that's the best we've heard you.
well, my headphones were from the dollar store, and I was using that on my laptop and my PS4 controller and my PS5 controller. But now they're starting to not work properly at all. Like last week, apparently the mic wasn't working right.
Yeah.
But then like the day, actually no, 2 days after that, it audio started cracking if the cord wasn't in the right angle or position, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd have to hold it up or like pull it or something, just kind of place it somewhere where it was bending at the right spot so that I would have clear audio. And every time I'd move my head or something, it would crack and go quiet. It actually had a pretty neat effect at first when I was listening to some music, where like I only heard like some parts of the set of the track, like the background parts of the track, but the main melody was like just gone. I was like, wow, that's actually pretty cool. And then I moved my head like, oh, there it is. Okay, like what the fuck is going on?
It's a feature.
something like that happened before.
Yeah, so so it's been acting up all week. So all right, I'll just use my earbuds for now, I guess. I'll replace those another day because I can't use my earbuds on my PlayStation controllers.
You're repairing equipment to fight the enemy for you,
Yep.
just like Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, last time when you guys were talking about the sniper rifle being like too good in this game, I referenced back to Halo on that.
Oh, well, lost.
I was like, you know what? I was like, you guys know what other sniper works that well? Halos. And then it was like just silence. You guys just kept talking for me. Like, the fuck?
The episode a whole lot funnier. But then we wouldn't have had the let's prove explodes wrong joke.
What happened with that?
Oh, I was saying that he keeps ignoring you until it's time to shoot the big lasers, and then suddenly he shot the big lasers at the computer.
Oh yeah, that was the final boss that you missed out on.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
Probably not that important.
It's just
whole
something
game's
that
not
shows
that
the
important.
tide of war.
What do you mean the game's not important? We're playing it right now.
The Decepticon version of the shields.
Yep.
Introduced much earlier.
Yeah, because the Decepticons are winning right now, so they got a chance to deploy their big guys sooner. Oh no, not the paint job. Okay, guess that's gonna happen. Fine. Get distracted with him, please.
Oh, the Optimus Prime can fly.
He just jet boosts.
That wasn't
Search
flying.
fly.
That's
That was
falling with style.
that was falling with style.
I'm sad that
Yeah,
I know about that.
What do you mean you're sad that you know about that? The fuck is wrong with you?
it's one of the
Get the
best jokes
fuck
in
out
the
of here.
movie.
Yeah, but the fact that my brain power is choosing to remember that over, I don't know, something important.
Onto the lift.
Oh, fuck you too.
What? What? How dare you enjoy
More
this movie?
important than making a reference to Toy Story. Oh, that can't be good.
Yeah, we're following, don't worry. We're main characters. We're not gonna die anytime soon.
And the second game isn't going to be so kind about that.
You seen the entire game of that?
No, just the ending of the Dinobot stage and the entirety of the final level.
Oh, okay. Spoilers. We haven't even touched that game yet.
You know, just the least important parts of the game. You know.
Yeah, some people die. Ares stuff.
Well, it's more noteworthy in the Dinobot stage.
I'm reading a massive
Oh no, it's Phazon. Yeah, don't touch the face.
It is.
He'll kill you.
Is this zombie level you mentioned?
No, there's no zombie level in this game.
No, I thought you said there was. Like, infected robots or whatever.
Just like Halo.
Not funny. Didn't laugh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed the episode for that, so I'm getting my mileage out now.
Okay, alright. Get all the weeklies out. This weapon Prime's using right now, it's exclusive to him. Like, Fusion Cannon was exclusive to Megatron. It's really good.
Everyone has an exclusive weapon.
No, just Optimus and Megatron. They're the only ones with a primary exclusive. For some reason. I don't know, probably them being like, I don't know, the chief of their respective sides.
Optimus Prime wasn't even. He's just a good soldier at the time
Yeah.
who decided to
Good
take
soldiers
charge.
follow orders.
Great soldiers make them.
Let's get some ammunition. I don't remember much of this side of the story except the final boss. So forgive me if I forget some of the story beats.
Understood, Jetfire.
So you admit that it's not important.
No, I just haven't played this game in such a long time. Let's see that.
Hey, Rocket, personal space. You too, Bumblebee.
Okay, thank you. And also, Bumblebee is not like a young boy soldier here. He's actually like competent.
Yours different than even the original.
Okay, oh, we got more loot seekers.
You say that as if we thought he was a young boy. Like, the fuck?
Well, the majority of the time when it comes to Bumblebee personalized in any version of himself, he's normally the young kid.
He's green around the gills.
Yeah, or that. He's.
I mean, I know he's
No matter what
usually
his
like,
age, he's usually inexperienced.
Okay, I guess that's the way it is. I thought he was more of the just the hot-headed type.
Nah.
Like the
Oh, that's Hot Shot.
He's the guy that flat out said, "I got a clear shot of Megatron. I'm gonna go do it," and then misses and proceeds to miss.
Several times.
Yes, several times. Oh man, that's in hindsight, looking at that from like a modern point of view, it's like, how did you miss it? He was 3 feet in front of you. Just, Oh man. Need some ammo, guys. Please give me some ammo. I'm glad you guys are just chilling out here, especially you, Tim. Let's see. Where is some ammo?
Not you, but not you, Bill.
Yeah.
You're just sleeping on the job.
Screw you, Bill. you just here for the free chips we have. Okay, I guess I have no other choice but to use this. Get myself in the crossfire. Okay. Oh no 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 no!
Ratchet was distracting him.
Ooh.
Or Bumblebee. Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Convenient.
There we go.
Interesting choice of weapons for a fire truck.
Fire truck. I'm a fire truck. He's a system, so.
No, we say, what's a fire truck?
I got some ammo here.
Look out! That's a Decepticon warship. Focus fire on that ship, Autobots.
I would love to, but I'm out of ammo.
And you're the turret!
Yeah, but this will get me killed.
Then die a man.
I'm not a man. I'm a robot.
You're a robot man.
There we go. The game's saving. That must mean something good's happening.
Like in Ratchet and Clank.
Well, load times cue you in on what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
When it's not changing the game entirely.
Yay! Blew it up. Do I win?
Are you muted again?
No, I'm here. Oh no. Wait, Reggie, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh. Okay, well. We're still
Just
good.
making sure, in case it happened again.
Nice shooting, Optimus. Air Raid and I have control of the skies now. Thanks, Jetfire. We need to get to the Decagon fast. Are the Iacon speedways still drivable? From the sky, they look barely usable. You can try. Good luck, Optimus. With Zeta Prime gone, we're all looking to you now. I'll do my best. Autobots, roll out.
Oh yeah, he said the line. He said the line. Cool thing with Prime in this vehicle mode, you could actually push a button to ram into enemies and just instantly one-shot them, or do a huge amount of damage, whichever one comes first.
I was gonna say, I thought you could one-shot the big guys.
Yeah, it's just like final boss shows up, and you just ram into them. Alright. Need some ammunition. Where's the ammunition at? This looks like a secret spot. Ooh.
Ready.
Ooh. Can't catch these. There's some ammo.
No.
What? You'll get us copyrighted. Okay.
No, if it's under 15 seconds.
They don't care about that.
Can't touch ya.
Go, get these guys out of here. Perfect.
Well, that is unless it's Undertale.
Well, they're the ones they're getting upset about people playing Megalovania in like 2-second spurts.
Yep.
Really? Like they're upset or they're taking legal action?
They are removing, getting things copyrighted struck. Basically, anything they can do, they will do.
Why?
Without suing.
Why though?
Because they don't want Toby Fox's fans to be happy.
Is Toby Fox cool with that?
I don't think he has a choice.
Oh, so this is more of a corporate deal then.
Yep.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Isn't it always corporate?
Well, I mean, sometimes someone could be a very stupid about it like Yandere-chan does. And that's not corporate, that's just being an idiot.
Well, he was always an idiot.
Well, it's still,
He's
that's
like a
my point. It's not like he's
sociopath.
corporate.
Like the guy who made his own version of Yandere Sim, but blackjack and hookers.
Wait, what?
The guy, Purple Crash or whatever,
Nothing you can't
he tried to make his own version of the game because he was fed up with the Yandere dev. He kind of turned into a worse person.
Heads up, Autobots. Snipers.
We'll flush him out.
As a result,
Okay.
he kind of just faded into obscurity after it was revealed. And his game is just... nobody remembers it.
I'll save you.
Well, apparently you do.
To get back to the speedway.
Well, it's because
Yes, because I remember random things for no reason.
Fix you right up.
And yet forget other random things for no reason.
It was like, you were telling me about that story. I'm like, do I need to quote Revenge of the Sith now? Like, it's like,
Only steal in absolute.
it's like you've allowed this dark lord to twist your mind until now, become the very thing you swore to destroy. But yeah,
Watch your head.
I don't remember much of the memes from that unless it's like super relevant. Like I know about the whatchamacallit, the Emperor Palpatine one.
and Revenge of the Sith is probably my favorite movie out of actually the whole series. I think, which is surprising
Yeah.
because I love Empire, but like I just really enjoy watching Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, what are you stepping on, my friend? What are you stepping on? Okay.
There's just so much bad, like stilted dialogue in Revenge of the Sith that's like super hammy for like everybody.
Was that intentional?
No, but
Probably.
the fact that George Lucas does know how to direct is the main reason why. But in all honesty, there have been arguments made to actually support how the direction that they got, at least for like Anakin in particular and like a few other characters, right? I was like, I can see where they're coming from with making up this theory that this was all intentional, so it was supposed to be like that. Like Anakin, it makes sense, like young boy, stilted growth. Suddenly thrust out. He grew up in slavery, so he didn't really have much of a social life. Then he gets taken in by the Jedi, and all he's told is suppress your emotions. Detach yourself from everything you've ever loved and cared about. Do this, but also love everything unconditionally, so you can protect it or whatever, right? And it's like,
Let me tell you not to.
talking with my friends from work.
It's not love everything unconditionally, except when we tell you not to.
Yeah.
It's the dog.
Sorry about that. Mom walked in. Anyway, but what was I saying though?
You're talking about the love unconditionally, except when they don't want you to.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. So like with Anakin, like the bad acting kind of makes sense at least. Like there's an argument that can be made that would be how a Jedi who is filled with emotions but is trying to suppress it might be, kind of robotic because that's all he's been told to do. So I was like I kind of like that argument. I also kind of don't because like Hayden Christensen does that in all his other movie appearances too. Like the only time he doesn't sound like that is when he's talking in real life.
That just means he's got an acting.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I won't say he's horrible, but like, he doesn't know how to read off lines in a decent way. Like, I don't know who directed the other movies he did. There was Jumper and there was Awake or whatever, that one movie where like he's a surgery patient, but he's still conscious despite being on anesthesia, technically. Right?
Yeah, he's aware, but doesn't move, right?
Yeah, it's like he's in a slumber, but he's like his mind is like completely awake, but his body is not. And then like they start cutting into it, like he's feeling everything. But yeah, so like those are the only other two movies I know he's been. Unfortunately, and they're not. Neither movie is great. Although I will say it's kind of funny that in Jumper, he stars alongside Samuel L. Jackson in that too, as antagonistic forces to each other. So that's kind of funny. But yeah, no, like Jumper, he was like could still make the same argument as Star Wars, at least, because
I didn't even have a chance to react to that. Go for it. You go.
Because like the premise of Jumper was that he's as a child he awakened like a special power.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not something unique to him. It's like there's several people in the world that can do it too, where they can teleport. Most of them call it jumping, right?
Yeah.
And he did it when he was young, and then like went kind of had some a shitty like home life or whatever, so he teleported away, and he just started living his life robbing banks and teleporting away to get away with it, so that he couldn't get caught. And he just started living it up, like a rich dude basically with no job. And he grew up just doing that, and then he decides to go back to his home to try and reconnect with his his old crush, right?
Yeah.
And then the rest of the plot happens, and he gets hunted down and stuff. But like that one, you can also make the argument that like maybe he's not super socially aware in that either, because shitty home life, bullied, essentially abused domestically, and then he runs away and just stays on the run for like from like preteen to young adulthood, right? So for like 10 to 15 years. Yeah, I don't think he'd be super well adjusted. So I can kind of see the argument there too, but I will say he's not great. He's not great at acting.
We need a bad actor.
It comes to a single man here.
What was that, Explodes?
Except when it comes to a single man here.
Okay.
That one scene in Revenge of the Sith.
Oh. Wait, which scene?
The scene where he sheds a single tear.
Oh, that, yeah. I mean, he can do facial expressions pretty decently. But like,
embarrassing. It's like saying, "Oh yeah, he can smile."
well, no, just like as far as like the like. So for Star Wars, essentially, right? Let's just go with that, right?
Yeah.
Like his dialogue is extremely wooden and stiff. Can make the argument that could have been intentional, right? Okay, that might just be what the character is supposed to be. That's possible. But he does emote a lot. not all of it is great. Like Attack of the Clones is borderline fucking creeper, right? And which, young kid who's been raised as a slave and then by a bunch of space monks. He doesn't know how. It's like clearly he doesn't know how to act around other people when hormones kick in. So yeah, makes sense. That argument can be made that was supposed to be that. Does it make it better? Not really, but it can at least make sense. But then you get to like Revenge of the Sith, and like, like first scene he has with Padme. What happens? Okay, they hug, they smile and whatever, and then it's like, Annie, I'm pregnant. And it's like, you see on his face like he's like going through a whole bunch of shit. Like, oh, it's like, I was like, oh crap, holy crap, whoa, wait, no.
They did have consequences?
Yeah, well, no, because the whole, like, there's the whole Jedi teachings and stuff, but then there's the whole, like, but we love each other, but then there's the Jedi teachings, and so, like, you kind of see that realization kind of hit him, like, as he's, like, going through that scene. And I was like, this is great. It's like, okay. Still wooden dialogue, but, I mean, hey, that works. Given the context of the situation, yeah, that works.
Actually, told about a comic where it describes that the reason why Jedi aren't allowed to love is because once upon a time a teacher took up 2 Padawans. They both fell in love with the same girl. They ended up fighting and destroyed a planet and some surrounding planets, which is incredibly dumb. How would anybody even
just
know
listen to Jolie Bindo? Just listen to Jolie Bindo. Love won't turn you to the dark side. Passion can. Love, like love without control can lead to the dark side. But love can save you. This coming from an old man Jedi who did leave the Order specifically because he disagreed with a lot of it, with some of its tenets, including love. Right? He's perfectly fine. He's not a dark Jedi or anything. He's well adjusted. He's honestly probably like one of the best characterized Jedi. But yeah, no, like, so the reason why it's such a problem for like all the other characters that you ever see is because they're sticking to this like super strict dogma that like emotions are bad, but like you have no emotions. How are you supposed to connect with the wider with the greater good?
Fighting for?
Yeah. What am I fighting for? Yeah, no. So I was like, that's also like another point of contention that is brought up in the movies as well. When Anakin and Padme are debating that shit in Attack of the Clones, Anakin does try to point out, oh no, it's fine because we care about everybody. It's not that we can't have feelings. It's just that we can't. He straight up just points it out in the way that it's supposed to be seen, but like you also realize like no one really ever actually follows through with any of that except for like Obi-Wan and maybe Yoda.
Mace Windu. No, wait, not Mace Windu. Who was the?
No, Mace Windu is always angry.
I'm thinking of the guy who taught Anakin's teacher.
Qui-Gon?
What was it? Yes, that guy.
Liam Neeson?
Despite coming up with that stupid story of why Jedi aren't allowed to love, he pretty much understood everything as it was.
Oh yeah, Qui-Gon was one of the best Jedi. Yeah, the entire council was like, oh no, he'd be perfect on the council if he just heeded our word more often. Like, keeps going against us. And Qui-Gon was like, I only follow the Force. It's like
If he had followed their word, Yoda wouldn't have gotten the ideas he got, and
exactly.
Anakin would never have.
Yes, which basically means he wouldn't have become Darth Vader unless Sidious specifically sought him out, because I believe some novels did say, or actually hint at, Plagueis and Sidious having a hand in Anakin's birth through the Force.
It was a destiny thing.
Kind of, yeah. Like they engineered that through the Force or something.
Batman.
Based on how Anakin's mother explained to Qui-Gon that there is no father. Because I was like, okay, so we have Virgin Mary. Okay, cool. Space Virgin Mary in the sticks of the Star Wars universe that is Tatooine.
But pod racing.
Still working on clearing that path for you, Optimus. These
Yep.
Decepticons are really stubborn.
The pod racing was fine. That was honestly one of the best scenes in that whole movie.
Does the CG still hold up?
We may need this.
For the
Not
pod
sure,
racing, yes. For everything else, no.
I'm still surprised they decided to bring over the pod racing game to Switch.
They did?
I mean, pod racing was fun.
Yeah, but
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that arcade.
Because I played that game on the PC before the CD broke on me.
I played in an arcade.
Also, wait, was it the same thing as
So-
the Switch?
I don't know. I haven't looked at that, but like when I hear the pod racing game, I think of the pod racing arcade that would be in some places. Chuck E. Cheese used to have it, and you would sit down in the pod and you would have like the two levers to use. So like, oh, this is pretty cool.
Well, no, it was not that, because it was on PC. How I played it, so it was either probably a expanded version of the arcade one or its own thing, which I feel like it was its own thing.
I mean, I'd have to see to know, but I'd be willing to bet it was a port.
Because it does not surprise me that some games on the arcade were carried over to PC. Like, that does make sense, but
Yeah.
not in this case. I don't think in this case. Oh man, these driller robots again. But yeah. Topic. We gotta get mileage out of that Star Wars one. Do we have any idea what Disney's planning to do with Star Wars next?
I've heard rumors that they're going to retcon the entirety of the sequel trilogy, but I don't know if that's actually coming from them or just a bunch of fans talking about it because the sequels are shit. Oh, the shows that have come out on Disney Plus are amazing. They should just do that instead. They should just let these guys do all of the Star Wars stuff because the people that they put for the movies don't know shit. Yada yada yada.
I mean, isn't that actually true though?
I have no idea, but I mean, Dave Filoni at least knows his shit.
Mandalorian.
And John Favreau also knows his shit and knows how to actually direct a fucking movie and work with his people. So, if you had those two, I think they'd make a decent Star Wars movie if The Mandalorian could come out really good, and they got all these other series planned that I'm assuming will probably be pretty decent. I mean, as a fan, I'm curious what's going to happen with those because Boba Fett's getting his own show. Like, okay, but this is old man Boba Fett, who's where his actor is like kind of overweight for the character now.
Oh.
I was you look at him in the Mandalorian is like, yeah, when he regains his armor, is like, that does not look like it fits him anymore. It's like Boba Fett's let himself go.
He became Mr. Incredible, huh?
Kind of, yeah. I was just like, I don't get it. I mean, the character's still cool, right? They're like, the character's still being done justice. It's just like seeing him on screen in costume is like, I don't know.
Really giving it all they've got.
Like the last time I saw him, he was the dad in Aquaman, and at least there, his appearance made sense. He's no longer, the age he was when he played Jango Fett, right?
Yeah.
Like, granted, Boba Fett would, feasibly be around the age that he is now, so I guess it works out, right? It can still make sense. It's just, seeing the character that he actually portrayed, and then seeing the character he's portraying now, I was like, I don't know. It's a little weird, but I still like him.
That's one
Still
thing
cool.
that bothers me about stuff that comes out. I don't know if it's a thing you share as well, but when either a character retires their role, or they have something happen like the Broly situation, it's always a bad thing when you get either a voice actor or an actor in general just getting replaced, and you have to like, oh yeah, this is the same character you saw.
Well, no, well, the Boba Fett thing is not even that the character's replaced; it's the same actor.
I know that, but I'm just thinking out loud in terms of like, yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's always jarring though.
Good
Like, just look at what happened with
I was
Pokemon.
muted the entire time for some reason.
Yes, you were. But yeah, you just look at Pokemon for example. Like that, there was going to be a fucking witch hunt over that because they changed Ash's voice. They changed everybody's voice, but Ash was the most egregious. And it's like, yeah, no, even young me didn't like the change that I noticed. I was like, what is that? Actually, how young? When did the change happen? Actually, I forget.
I was not.
Did 4Kids get the rights to it?
Huh?
When did 4Kids get the rights to it?
4Kids had the rights originally. It was after 4Kids that it went to I think the Pokemon company or whatever. Like the.
I'm pretty sure they changed it for the 4Kids dub. It was a pretty big deal.
No. No, 4Kids was the one that started the dub.
No, that was Kids WB.
I don't have to look this up now. Give me a sec.
Well, going more on the topic of what I was saying, it's like the one thing that comes to mind in terms of like an actual actor is Rhodey. Like, after Iron Man 1, you have to take the movie's word that, oh yeah, this other guy that looks nothing like the guy from the first movie is now.
I mean, Don Cheadle's been in more movies than what's his name than Rooney has. So, like, you can't really say like that. I'd say that's more just first installment weirdness there, because like if you look at it without having any context to the behind the scenes stuff, it's like, okay, well, they had an actor who played basically a side character that didn't do much. Like, yeah, okay, that was Rhodey, but then you get to the next movie and like, oh, it's somebody else, and then the next movie, oh, it's that same guy that was in the previous movie, and then so on and so forth. It's like, it's just that same other guy. Okay.
Yeah, then, but what
So either that first one was a different character, or this one, or they just recast him because of reasons, right?
Yeah.
Like there was no time to get attached to the guy as Rhodey. Like, honestly, he didn't do much of anything other than like fucking complain in the movie as per Rhodey's character being the guy that's constantly complaining to Tony about what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
Like he didn't have much of a
In one
presence,
scene.
but he got paid the most in that movie, and he wanted more, despite the fact that he was a side character. But he's the one that got Robert Downey Jr. to get cast to begin with up here, right?
Yeah.
So they dropped him.
Well, another good example in terms of like a voice actor that changed, but Sonic. I go to Sonic because Sonic was one of the characters I remember overrated as this guy.
It's not a character ever.
Sonic has changed a lot of my dad here. Thank you.
Knuckles, Tails, Amy, Shadow. Pretty much anyone who talks a lot.
Yeah, but the thing with Sonic primarily was that it was when I was younger, it was such a jarring thing to hear that Sonic was voiced differently. Than he's come out now. But the thing is that I've come with is that I've gotten to the point where I've gotten the spirit of Sonic will always be there, but it doesn't matter to me anymore if you change his voice. He's changed voice.
That's the crocodile.
He's changed voice so many times that I've grown numb to the changes. As long as he kind of sort of sounds like what I think Sonic would be, I have no problem with it. Unlike before when I was younger.
Vector's the crocodile.
What, Vector?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think they've been trying to mimic the Sonic Heroes Vector for any time they have him change.
Right behind you, Doc.
They only really bothered trying to mimic that during the Sonic X cartoon. Then suddenly they forgot what the voice was, so they just went with
Vector the Detector. I like that episode. They really made Vector scary. But yeah, like for Sonic, oh great, I'm gonna die. Yeah, okay. For Sonic specifically, he, I was so used to the Sonic X voice cast. As bad as you guys probably were like, oh man, they sucked. Well, yeah, they did, but I grew up with that one.
Well, I mean, Sonic X had Dan Green though.
Yes.
Honestly, when they added Sonic to the Sonic X cast to the Sonic games, it sounded like in Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic had a cold. Well, hey, Shadow, achoo!
So, like, when it comes down to Sonic, I've grown up to it. I no longer care. But you got some, like, let's say, to be topical, Transformers here. I can't unhear Prime being done by another voice and take it.
Well, yeah, that's iconic.
Well, some would argue, this is iconic for this character, even though they've only been like the role for such a short period of time. So you have all these different interpretations of what the character is. It's like Mark
so it depends, but like, yeah, that's iconic.
But you haven't heard
it's
the voice of Megatron voice. You haven't heard the voice of Megatron as a sassy Optimus Prime.
Oh yes, I have. I have. I know what you're talking about. It's that the fan asked them to do the opposite voices. Yeah.
No, I mean like for an entire series.
Oh, is this from Transformers Prime?
No, what was it called?
So
that
Pokemon started in the U.S. under 4Kids until season 9, and that's when they transferred to the Pokemon Company.
What? I thought Pokemon...
Why does everybody forget about Kids WB? I mean, like,
I think because
that they were...
4Kids aired it on Kids WB, but 4Kids as a company had got the rights and aired it on that channel. So it was 4Kids. So I'm right. Don't fucking fight me on this.
I'm the Pokemon guy here.
Season 9. When the fuck was Season 9?
Season 9. My goodness, other shows would kill to have.
Was that Diamond and Pearl or something, or Owen? Was that Advanced Generation? I don't even fucking know. I don't know what they consider seasons for Pokemon, because like there's so many different shit.
Season Infinity. Because that show, man, like I said, shows would kill for that much time to be on air, or at least have serialization for it.
Right? Yeah. And there are some shows that should have that because they're actually that good of storytelling, but they don't do that because no one ever wants to fucking do it because that's a lot of money and work to actually do and maintain, and it doesn't recoup nearly enough money to make it worth it because as a business venture, it's a net loss because fans aren't buying merchandise for that because there isn't readily available merchandise for that, right?
Yeah.
Unlike something like as marketable as Pokemon.
Well, at that point, Pokemon is like their own thing. So like Pokemon has been a canon for over 10 years in an anime format.
Wait, what?
Okay, so I'm probably phrasing this wrong, but what I'm getting at is that it's Pokemon has had one complete flat storyline for all this time. Yes, it has. There's no like alternate continuity or like this is this version of
only if you're looking at some like an OVA of some sort or anything that's adapting the manga.
Interesting.
So Pokemon Origins, it's just an animated adaptation of the video game Pokemon Red. Or Pokemon Red and Blue or Red and Green, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
Pokemon, what was it? There's I know there's an anime adaptation of Pokemon Adventures, the manga. I know there's some sort of anime adaptation to that, like another OVA of some sort, but I don't remember what the hell it was called. And then the main Pokemon anime also has like a soft reboot, sort of, in the form of the Pokemon Let's Go, Pokemon I Choose You movie, where it's retelling the very first season of Pokemon, in an abridged format for a movie.
I see.
Alright, I got some sassy Optimus Prime.
But yeah, no, all the Pokemon anime seasons have been one continuous journey.
Wow.
It's just that Ash resets his status every freaking time he leaves a region to start fresh because he wants to, meet new Pokemon and train those Pokemon and whatnot whenever he leaves to a new region. He only keeps his closest Pokemon, Pikachu. And sometimes he'll have like one or two other ones that joined him for one reason or another. Like Apom followed him at one point, right? But yeah.
Please, nobody shoot me here.
And that's also like one of the reasons why fans kind of have a problem with the fact that Ash does not age.
Maybe it's just for every day of the year.
If only. There are several episodes that actually take place, over more than one day. Anyway.
360 episodes, and it's confirmed that that planet is Earth.
Like
just a weird Earth.
Oh, weird Earth. Okay.
Yeah. It's just a fantastical version of our planet where most of the animal creatures are the titular mons, right? Uh,
Imagine.
Right behind you, Doc.
We're not going through a dark, gritty one where all the animals of the world got mutated and they became Pokemon. Oh, great! No, don't want to do
I
that.
mean, Pokemon X and Y, the game did talk about some, great bloody ancient war that happened like eons ago. And then there is like militaries in that world. If you look at what's his name, Lieutenant Surge from Pokemon Red and Blue, the season 1. So I don't know.
Pokemon is one of those things where like don't think about it too hard, or else you're gonna find problems, right?
And then you got all of Lavender Town, where there's an entire tower of cemeteries for dead people and Pokemon. And in the game, you even see your rival there, who no longer has a Pokemon that he battled you with earlier, because it's apparently dead.
With the Blackborough Tower. How does nobody find that troublesome?
By the way, guys.
Why does that only bother me?
By the way, hold on. Before we get back to that amazing conversation, I just want to point out this is Ironhide. I love this guy. He's awesome. He's an old timer. That's all I gotta say.
Cool, don't care.
Okay. Oh man, but go on to your riveting conversation about Pokemon. I don't have much experience with Pokemon. Just letting you guys know that.
Neither do I.
There's also the book that says that once upon a time, Pokemon and humans were the same and even married each other.
Oh God, no! What?
That is.
Are you telling me Rule 34 is canon?
Only in ye old times.
Are you telling me Rule 34
No, that
is
doesn't
canon?
stop some people from wanting that big, fat, Machamp muscle arms.
Oh my God! I did not need to know that.
Site dedicated
I
to
did not need to know that. Okay,
But
fucking Rule 34 is canon to the Pokemon universe. Are you fucking kidding me?
I mean, technically,
What?
Rule 34 exists in every canon. Think about it.
What rule?
I have
but Champ,
Legends Arceus, but I doubt that
Gardevoir,
it's...
Lopunny, I guess. Jinx. Fucking Jinx.
Don't forget about that
Ditto.
trio. Don't forget about
Really
that trio.
Oh God. And Dodrio also.
Weird, but also kinky.
Hey, somebody had to go ahead and get involved with a monk. So, okay. So now that Rule 30 tangent.
I guess that would explain all the humanoid-looking Pokemon. Then I guess.
There's actually one woman who says a Machamp is her boyfriend. It was in a demo for Sun and Moon. No, it was in a demo for Sun and Moon.
What the fuck?
It was a huge twist reveal at the end. You see walking up to her from its point of view, and you're like, oh, this must be the guy. What?
What?
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
exactly.
That's disgusting.
That's what we like to call the.
Oh yeah, and in the actual game, it looks like two women are trying to sexually assault one, what turns out to be a guy in a costume.
Bestiality, man.
To be fair, they're in the humanoid group, unlike Gardevoir.
Oh yeah, a lot of people love Gardevoir for some reason.
Uh-huh. And then you got Lopunny also.
Lopunny, isn't that the current?
Mostly the Hatchrin, even though it's confirmed that she's actually a little small being. And the rest of it is all just hair.
Wait, which one?
The the hat named one, the one with a giant hand of hair.
Giant hand of hair.
Let me find a pic.
Are you talking about Mawile?
Are you really asking me to
No,
fix
no,
this
no.
in editing?
What?
I'm asking Explode, do you really want me to edit a picture of that character in the video?
You don't have to.
Okay, good, because I don't want to.
Well, now you should.
No. Now I'm doubly sure not going to do it because you want me to.
And
No, I don't
and Future
want
Mark
you
will doubly say
I'm just saying
no.
the fact that you don't want to means that you should do it.
In fact, Future Mark will say no so hard that it won't even appear in the video.
Exactly. This part might not even be uploaded.
I mean, no one's talking about the game, right? So, like, yeah,
Oh, I mean,
makes sense.
I was talking about Ironhide for a quick second. I'm just doing all the actual game stuff. The conversation's good. I don't not mind the conversation. We're just doing stuff right now. This game has a lot of like running about and all that. I would say the second game has way more like integral stuff going on as opposed to this one. Like this game is showing.
Kind of like Jack and Daxter. Okay.
Oh, perfect! We got ourselves the new Halo. So,
Well, they're pretty much the
I haven't played Jack and Daxter
legacy
either,
rivals.
I've only seen Jack and Daxter from videos. Like the first one was very Crash-like, and then the second one was like straight up edgy, the hedgy.
Yeah, but in a good way.
I actually don't like anything past the first one. It's just.
I mean, I only played a little bit of the first one, and I didn't really understand what was going on. I had a general idea of the plot, and I tried to explore and jump around and stuff, but I kept dying at like various different places that I just kind of gave up. Didn't help that.
Anyways, this is the Pokemon I'm talking about.
See. Oh, that thing? Oh, yeah, that looks very feminine.
Yeah, and that's all.
That's from Gen 8, right? That's a current mod,
yes,
right?
It's Sword and Shield.
I don't know that one then.
Let me see. Real body.
Oh God.
Real body. Hey, no Rule 34 stuff in the chat, dude.
No, I would never show anything nude or naked.
And then you revealed me.
This is naked, but it's like
Gen 7.
It's a naked animal. There we go.
Okay.
Oh.
So.
That's the whole thing. You have no idea how to respond, do you?
So, what? Wait, so you're saying that the internet lewds that?
That little part of the body, yeah.
No, they lewd the entire thing. They don't realize that that's what this actually is.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, back to Transformers. So since we did Decepticons earlier, what's your guys' favorite Autobot in general? And I'll follow that question in with what's your least favorite Autobot in general?
Didn't we answer this back in episode 2?
I asked in terms of Decepticons.
Did that for Decepticons.
Didn't we also go into Autobots also, though?
I don't believe so.
Because I remember talking about Hot Rod and some other stuff.
No, that was for a completely separate deal. We were talking about like stuff we didn't like in Transformers and all that. Either way, but
I like Hot Rod.
My favorite Autobot, Dinobot. My favorite one is Grimlock. Grimlock is my favorite Transformer in general, and favorite Autobot. Least favorite, Gears. I hate Gears.
Which one is Gears?
He's the cranky old Autobot, the tiny one. He's like as small as Bumblebee. He's the complainer. Like, he will not
Okay.
shut up about, like, oh, I gotta do this. Man. He's like if Shikamaru had no, he's pretty much Shikamaru with no redeeming qualities. I don't know if you know who Gears is, Explosives. He's I know him more for the G1 cartoon.
There's like 50,000 Autobots and Decepticons that show up in that.
That's more like, that's more like a yearly season one. Like, characters like Beachcomber, nah, not much of a fan of him.
They use the same character. On some occasions, they even use the same character twice for different characters.
Like, another character, another Autobot I didn't like was Sea Spray. I cannot stand his voice. It's pretty much like, what if we had a Transformer that sounded like he was always gurgling underwater? And cannot forget about Cosmos. That dude.
Yeah, so I've never heard of like any of the ones you're talking about.
Majority of what I pull from are just pretty much from the cartoon, like the 80s cartoon. They did a lot of these characters in the house.
I mean, I watched the 80s cartoon before, so like I don't remember a whole lot of it though, but like yeah.
Yeah, fair. That's fair. I mean, Transformers is not really your jam per se.
I mean, I like it, but it's not like it's not my like my go-to piece of fiction. I enjoy it. I liked it for what it was when I was growing up, and I still like it now. It's just one of those things I don't follow.
Here's something that I don't think I've said really on stream. Like, do you guys remember when the first Michael Bay movie came out?
Yeah.
You mean before he went way too heavy on the aliens and explosions and stuff?
Yeah, I guess you could say it. Oh, by the way, boss fight against Starscream. I remember my dad and I getting so hyped for that movie.
Oh yeah, me and my brother were super hyped. It was like, oh my crap, Transformers is getting a movie. Like, yeah, we were excited. We watched it. And, yeah, we enjoyed it. I didn't really get what was going on because a bunch of human shit. It was Shia LaBeouf, but Shia LaBeouf wasn't too bad. It was more just laughable in the movie, especially with how he was trying to like hook up with Megan Fox the entire movie. I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. It was fine. I didn't really know who Bumblebee was at the time, though.
Oh, that movie!
But I mean, he took the form of a Camaro, so I was like, okay, well, hey, he took the form of a cool car at least. So hey, points for you. And then you've got Optimus there being Optimus. Fuck yeah.
The robotic fortune cookie.
Who died in the second scene he's in?
Huh?
You got the one voiced by a black guy that has two scenes. One where he says he can kick it. And
that one, yeah.
Where he asks Megatron if he wants a piece of him.
Oh, Jazz?
Yeah, okay. I thought you were... Yeah, Jazz. He's talking about Jazz. I thought you were still talking about Optimus for a second, so I was like, what?
No.
Because, like, we were talking about Optimus, and they're like, yeah, and he died in the very second scene. I'm like, what?
No, I didn't know.
Are you talking about the second movie? Because that happens in the second movie.
Either you got cut off during a point of where you were talking about it, because Reggie finished talking about Optimus, and then you're like, yeah, and then he dies.
I didn't even realize he was.
Yeah, go on. We were talking about Optimus. He was talking
well, cool.
I heard what you said.
I thought you were still talking about Bumblebee.
Is that how you respond to everything, Reggie? Screw you guys.
well, fuck you too, I guess. Okay.
I thought he was still talking about Bumblebee.
No, he switched to Prime. That's why I said he was the robotic fortune cookie. That's what Prime became in movies.
Yeah, and then like immediately after we talked about Optimus, you're like, and he dies in this very second scene. I was like,
I said, and then there's the black one.
Well, that part must have cut out then because we didn't hear shit. But sir, the Autobots don't have ethnicities. That's racist. Don't kindly talk about the Transformer you're talking about by his name. He has a name.
Yeah. And if he happens to talk like a black guy, don't bring it.
Well, he happened to learn. He happened to study the language from an urban area on the planet. That's all.
He's black.
Jazz is also one of my favorite Autobots. Jazz is actually in the second game, which is really cool. I love playing as Jazz.
Does he get torn in half in that too?
No, because Jazz was never supposed to be torn in half by Megatron.
Okay. Well, I just figured because he's black.
Jazz was always portrayed as an Autobot that loved human music.
Exactly. That's why it's called Jazz.
It was called Jazz.
But he was more into like the current like music of human stuff. Like if it had been today,
Right.
he'd probably be into like dubstep or something, or whatever the equivalent of modern music.
Right, but like back in the day, he was into like R&B and stuff.
Yeah. So like Jazz, and they got it really. He was voiced by was it Crothers? I forget his name. The guy who voiced Hong Kong Fooey in the.
I'm not gonna know who the fuck did that. I'm pretty sure most of those. I'm pretty sure most voice actors at the time were white.
Well, Hong Kong, you were watching Hong Kong Fooey, right?
Yes, but I'm not gonna know who.
Fooey voice actor.
Sorry, stream, stop being so slippery.
Oh, he's.
But you're gonna find out he was a lot of things because a lot of voice actors back in the day tended to do like 20 roles.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't get paid much of anything for any of it. Voice actors back then didn't get shit.
That's how it was, man.
Yep. And now look at it.
We have rights.
A community so large they can kick out somebody just by saying a few things and then get taken.
Oh, he was also in the Aristocrats as Scat Cat.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. They did a lot of voices stuff for Hanna-Barbera.
That was a Disney.
Oh, this? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Aristocrats was a Disney movie. Or Aristocat, I mean, yeah.
What's the guy's name again?
Scatman Crothers.
Yeah, Scatman Crothers. That's the guy's name. They did a very good impersonator for the second game of this when they had Jazz in there. Sounds almost exactly like him. So if you're going back on the whole deal with voice acting and all that, it's very good when they add somebody that sounds very similar.
I am being held in Megatron's Chaos prison complex.
Growing up, you wouldn't even notice some of them. Flintstones and Jetsons and I think some other stuff. They had a few people as voice doubles for several characters in that whenever the main actor wasn't available to record.
It's like the whole deal with Buzz Lightyear and the Buzz Lightyear cartoon.
Yeah, but I mean, like
somebody that imitated Tim Allen, but they did.
Like Tim Allen's not going to do a fucking cartoon show, like.
No, he did. He did do a few episodes plus the original dub of the movie.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he did the movie. He didn't do the show.
I think he did a few episodes.
Maybe the pilot, if that's it.
It was the pilot as well. Also, that's gonna do it for Transformers. I'm gonna swap over to Metroid Prime real fast. Keep going. You can talk over that there. I do remember